Just working cars.
No me quiero bajar. Muy bien, rápido.
Anthony, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oops.
Okay, great.
We're gonna open the session. And we're gonna start by pledge of allegiance. Do we send that? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I need a motion to adopt the agenda. Second. Anyone? Anthony,
A second.
okay, thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. We're gonna go into the next item, which is the board member oath of office. And we should stand up and we first stand up. Something. So do we do both
Do
of them?
together.
Okay. So if you could please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I
I, Rosie
Santiago
Burkoff,
Puente,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Oregon and the laws thereof,
the Constitution of the State of Oregon and
State
the
of
laws
Oregon,
thereof,
and the laws thereof,
and the policies of the Woodburn School District.
and the policies of the Woodburn School District.
During my term,
During my term,
During
I
my
will
term,
faithfully and impartially
I will faithfully and impartially
discharge the duties of the office of a school board member
discharge the
discharge
duties
the
of the office
duties
of the
of
school board
the
member
officers of the school board member
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Next item in the agenda. Welcome. Welcome on board. Next item in the agenda is the elections of officers. We have the board chair and the vice president. As you notice, our compañero Gustavo is no longer the chair because of the new term. And so we have, and then we start the new year, the school year, so we have to.
Open it up for nomination.
We can open it up. I can open it up for nominations. Any nominations on the floor?
So does that have to be determined today, or can we just?
It's today.
Today. Well, I guess I should clarify, it has to happen by July 1st, or by July 30th. So during the month of July, it's up to the board if they feel like they can't make a decision today. Then you would have to meet before July 30th.
We don't have plans.
We don't have
No,
plans
no.
today, we would have to schedule something.
Usually, yeah, mine probably July is, yeah, it will be good if we could share. I can propose the first nomination.
Okay.
Is that okay? I will propose Anthony Medina as the chair and Noemi Legaspi as the vice chair. That's my, or do we go first?
You do one at a time.
One at a time.
Thank you for the nomination, Laura. I would not be interested in serving as chair though, but I appreciate it.
And I, Santiago, propose to nominate Noemi Legaspi as chair and Anthony as vice chair. Sorry.
I second.
She needs to accept or decline.
Thank you. It is a commitment. I'm not quite sure what it is. Can you share, Jenny?
Yeah, I actually put in the packet. What the role of the board chair is, at a minimum, and it's on page. What is this? Sorry, the
Fourth
policy,
page, or
fourth
third page, third page after the title,
Three.
cover page.
yeah, page 3. And so it'll list there kind of what you'll do, and you'll work with the superintendent. The main duties are to establish the agenda for the regular and the work sessions. And then preside at the meetings. Those are the main duties. Those are bi-weekly. And then typically in the past, what we've done since the work session has been shorter, or maybe a one agenda item. They wouldn't meet, so once a month at a minimum.
So do we close?
Really, can I say?
I second that.
Thank you, Rhoda. Everybody,
And then you can close, if there's no more nominations, you can close nominations.
okay. Is there any other nomination? Okay. Congratulations.
Oh, hold on.
Not
So now
yet?
you've closed nominations, and then you have to do a vote. You do have to do a vote.
Híjole, not yet. Everybody in favor say aye.
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 Aye, aye, aye. Okay. Congratulations.
Thanks. Congratulations. Now you can pass the gavel. Then, Diego, do you mind facing the microphone for me?
Okay, so moving on to the next item on the agenda is nomination for board vice chair for 2023 and 2024. Open to nominations.
At the same. My nomination is Anthony as vice chair.
And I also,
I was gonna say, appreciate the nomination. I've served as chair for a few years. I've served as vice chair. Noemi's been on the board for a while, and I think we have someone in chair who has experience in leadership. I think it could be time for, someone new to step into that role.
The vice chair. On and off.
with that being said, I would nominate, I know you just said that, but I nominate you as vice chair.
A second. Oh, you have to accept first. Sorry.
We've been on the board for 7 years already, and so it's been. Nothing for it to be the chair or vice chair.
So if Laura doesn't accept the role, would either Rosie or Santiago be interested in the position?
I would, I guess, not have any problem doing it. I know I'm new, so, but that's part of the challenge, part of the learning process. It's part of showing that you're willing to step up and do what you need to do. Familiarize myself with it, and but if that's something that we really need. I'd like to hear from Rosie. We already have on her. Her thoughts are.
Say, go ahead and take the position. And you have some people with experience such as Lara and Anthony who can guide you and Naomi. So hopefully with their knowledge and their experience, you can be really good at that position.
Let me ask my mom. No, yeah, if that's the case, then I'd say let's do it. Why not?
So would anybody like to nominate? Santiago?
I nominate Santiago for board vice chair.
Second.
So do we also have to do the board secretary?
No,
No,
that's me.
that's you, okay?
Any more nominations?
No,
Make a board nomination.
So we'll close nominations and take a vote. So all in favor for Santiago to fill the position of board vice chair?
aye.
Aye.
Welcome to board vice chair. Right, our next item on the agenda is public comment. Do we have public comment? Okay. And so next is board action items. Looks like we don't have any old business, but we do have a lengthy new business. And so will we go through each of these items? So the first item is designations and authorizations for 2023-2024 school year for reaffirmed designations of. And then do I read each of these?
Well, they look like they're, a lot of items here, but these are the routine, customary, the work of the July board meeting and, coming back and reaffirming the appointment of these institutions, which are important, most people know we've been with and conducted operations for a long time. That first one has, 6 items there on there, but they are the appointment of the superintendent as before. Like was paying to receive our funds, and then the appointment and the number of the people that we use for financial support, Hollywood, which does our auditing, Piper Sandler, which does our credit evaluation. Julie, looking for a loan of some sort. There are financial experts that support us for that. So these are important but routine work of for the July board. So we go through each of the one at a time, but the bottom of each page that have the actions that are requested is on page 5.
Okay.
No, those 5, those 6 actions that are being requested.
And you can do those in one motion.
Do I make the motion?
Yeah, we can. I move the motion to accept designation and authorization for 2023-24. Reaffirm designation of from item 1 to 6. It's about superintendent, checks, clerk, and etc. You want me to read off?
As presented.
As presented.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
All in. All in favor, say yes, aye,
Aye.
Aye.
and that passes. Number 2 is appointment of school district legal counsel. And that is on page 7.
We utilize traditionally, Garrett Heeman supports us with legal advice related to personnel matters. He's a preferred law firm for bargaining purposes as well as support of special education law. And so these other firms for support in real estate, these are our historical legal counsels.
Thank you.
I move the motion to accept appointment of a school district legal counsel.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
The next item is appointing of the custodian of funds and deputy clerk, resolution number 23-005, and that is on page 9.
And this resolution authorizes Sarah Bishop, our Director of Business, to receive all funds. Maybe the custodian of all funds.
I move
I second it.
by number 3, new business. As it was presented. Rosie seconded.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item 4, authorization to purchase state federal surplus supplies.
And this one is the title stage, is that it's authorizing us, the district, to be able to purchase surplus items. With the situation or experience, purchase of items, furniture, that happens to the state agency. That authorizes us to be able to do so.
Thank you.
And just for clarity, surplus items are for schools or whatnot,
Yeah.
items that we may need for in school.
Yeah, because we're furnishing something in the space, we need to go to places where we could, find better deals for purchasing surplus items.
I move the motion. Number 4, authorization to purchase state federal surplus supplies.
So I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next item on the agenda is approval of depositories of school funds.
This item on the agenda designates US Bank and Umpqua Bank as the banks that are the all of our funds. And these are those institutions which we, again, historically a bank with our currently the holders of our funds.
Move the motion of item number 5, approval of depository and of the school funds.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passes. Number 6, approval of spending of refunds.
This item indicates that it authorizes us to be able to spend the funds that we get when we return an item. So whether if you return an item to a store, you get a refund, you're able to spend that. But so this is what authorizes that to return items, receive that money back. It authorizes it to be able to spend the return.
I move the motion to accept item number 6, approval of spending of refunds.
Is there a second? Or questions? And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Item number 7, approval of daily rate of pay for substitute teachers.
This agenda item is establishing the minimum rate of pay for substitute teachers. That's calculated by any 85% of the daily average beginning teacher bachelor salary. That begins at $206,000.35. After 10 consecutive days, there's an increase in the salary for substitute teachers, recognizing that they are taking on extra work and having to plan and do more than a substitute teacher would, who comes in for a day at a time. So that after the 10 consecutive days, it goes to $242.76 a day.
And would a long-term sub fall into this category?
The long-term sub would be, the 200, the 10 consecutive day one, so it'd be $242.76.
If there are no questions, is there a second? Oh, we have it.
Um, I move to accept item number 7, approval of daily rate of pay for substitute teachers.
I second it.
And all in favor of item 7?
Aye.
Aye.
And the motion passes. Item number 8, approval of 2023-2024 Woodburn School Board meeting dates.
So this is our recommending shelter for the school year. Just to make some notes, so in December, you would only have one regular meeting, and that would be December 12th. And then in March, the regular meeting always to be before March 15th, because we have to let teachers know whether they'll be renewed or non-renewed. And so then we're recommending to just have also one regular meeting on March 12th. Since spring breaks at the end of the month. And then I didn't highlight these two, but I wanted you to look at the August dates. Historically, we haven't had a work session in August because of summer and people going on vacation. And we've only had a regular meeting. I plugged it in there as the 4th Tuesday of the month, but you're more than welcome to move that around if that's what the board to do. I did want to point those 2 dates out. I did plug in the work session in case you did want to have a work session, but historically, we haven't had a work session in August, and we don't feel like there's something pressing that we need to bring that can't wait till September work session.
So what if there is some sort of like a special meeting, some kind of agenda that pops up, then we just coordinate it into that day and if,
Into
Or-
the August date? Or-
yeah, August 22nd.
So August 22nd, since the regular meeting, we can ask for action. And if there is an agenda item that needs to be added to the agenda, we can add it to the agenda.
Or we can just eliminate it,
The August meeting as well?
the 22nd.
Yeah, it's really, this is just a recommendation. It's really up to the board, what they feel is. They can do, because I know summer is tricky. Like if you don't wanna have an August meeting, we already have a retreat scheduled.
Right.
You can eliminate both of those. And I don't think we have anything that we need to, if there was an agenda item that we really needed to approve, we could bring it to the retreat too. Since it's a public meeting, so we can always
Notice it. Bring it there.
And just eliminate 22nd altogether.
This is just our recommendation.
Right,
but Yeah,
right.
yeah, you're more than welcome to strike out any dates that you feel. Cause we have to have at least a quorum, so 3 people, 3 of the 5 have to attend.
Noemi, I remember you saying you're out of the state and come back at some time in August. Does your calendar allow for those dates?
I would not be here August 8th. I think I return Fiesta Mexicana weekend, which I think is the 20th.
August is the. I thought it was.
Fiesta Mexicana.
19. I thought it was
Oh,
19.
There's 11, 12, and 13, and then there's also the 31st, right?
Yes, I think I'm the 18, 19, 20. No, I moved it.
Mhm.
11th is the OSBA, so.
Oh, that's right. So it sounds like there isn't any pressing issues to have a meeting for August 22nd. Is that correct?
Not
Stu-
this time.
Okay. Do other board members have any thoughts on removing that date or keeping it?
Because previously we discussed the 24th at 9:30.
That's
So,
the retreat.
That was for the
That was
retreat.
That's the
the
retreat, okay.
Mhm.
And that retreat will be on Thursday, August
31st.
31st. On 9:30.
If we don't have any board business, the superintendent and Secretary Jenny said we don't have anything going on, I'm fine with with striking it, if folks are too.
I'm in favor.
I'm in favor.
And so the other date you mentioned, Jenny, is March.
March 12th would be a regular meeting instead of a work session and no.
Okay.
work session. So just one meeting for March. And then similar with December, just because of the holiday,
Mhm.
same thing. Just one meeting and it would be the 12th.
And the first meeting on the schedule is Thursday, July 6th, which is that's supposed to be happening
Oh, it's
today,
today,
right? So
Yeah,
it's
that's
today.
that's
so
supposed to show today.
the,
Oh, my God,
recommendation
that's changed.
we need to change.
Okay. And so then we would make a motion to move
Yes.
it as
As amended.
amended, okay? Do I do that or just?
You can do that, yeah.
So then I move to accept the school board schedule as presented, not as presented, but as amended.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Hi,
aye.
Item number 9, approval of budget calendar for 2024 through 2025. That is on page 14.
Those are
Oh,
our.
that is the budget calendar.
Our recommended, dates for the budget. For the 2024-25 budget.
check, regular. It's not that's not the same. It's happening.
This is moved up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it gives the board, more time. The past, we used the June board meeting as the final for the board hearing. This moves it up to May, which then provides the board more time should there need to be more work sessions scheduled.
Thank you for that. That was going to be a question.
I think, Sarah mentioned that because we know what the budget will be because of the biennium, that'll be year 2.
Mhm.
There's no benefit of waiting until May, June, to have the meeting
Mhm.
with other benefit.
If not, have questions?
Objective.
No objections?
No.
Questions? Move to accept item number 9, approve our budget calendar for 2024, 2025 budget.
Is there a second?
Second it.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Item number 10, resolution number 23-006, approval of electronic advertisement, electronic submissions for bids or proposals.
The resolution authorizes the district to be able to post electronically for bids and proposals when there is a project, a major maintenance project happening for us to be able to post electronically. And that's something that we need to be able to do in the bidding process, but we need authorization before to do so.
Any questions on item 10?
I move to accept item number 10, resolution number 23-006, approval of electronic advertisement, electronic submission for bids and proposals or proposals.
And I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 10 has passed. In item 11, designation of signers on accounts.
this item, changes the signers. Currently signers are, Sarah Beja and Joe Morlock, and this will change the signers to, Sarah Bishop, our Director of Business, and then we will sign her to me as well. They will sign off on accounts, with, Umpqua and US Bank.
On something like that, do you need both signatures or it could be either or?
At times it could be either or.
Okay.
It depends on the dollar- the
Depends
dollar
on the
amount.
amount.
And do you know, I don't know if it would fall into this, but is there a certain dollar amount? When that has to come to the board?
There is.
50,000.
So when the school district wants to spend that amount or more.
Haven't been approved by the board, yet. If it's something that's already been in the budget, then.
I see.
If it's something
Okay,
new
that makes sense.
or new contract, that'll. be good for it.
If there's no other questions. I will move to accept item number 11, designation of signers on accounts.
Washington School District's not on here. Or nearly there, or they just are, in connection with the school board.
They fall under with the US Bank Woodburn School District, and why some of these are broken out, like, is a good question. And it's like the historic was set up like that traditionally, these different accounts, but, they're the bank, the district, the schools that aren't listed that specifically are under the Woodburn School District. US Bank.
And the ones that are listed separately, that's their ASB account, it's not their general fund, so it's the money that students raise or.
They're
all
individual.
Student body
Yeah,
account.
student body accounts.
And those student body accounts they've also been included in the budget for approval, right? No,
Those are,
No.
they're managed at the building.
I don't have any objection.
And then you have a motion.
Is there a second?
There's a-
And all in favor?
Aye.
Item 11 passes. And item number 12, budget committee appointment and vacancies timeline.
So it's actually a new agenda item that I added to the July board meeting. I thought it would just be good historically to just continue to have this every July. Or as the vacancies come up, and so this year, June of 2023, 3 terms ended. Position 3, 4, and 5. My recommendation is to appoint Scott Trevor to position 3, and then I did reach out to positions 4 and 5, which were held by Michael Vasquez and Elena Coogan. And the only person that reached out that respectfully declined was Elena Coogan. I never heard back from Michael. So my recommendation would be to just vacate his position and open it up. And then I added a timeline, a recommended timeline of when you would notice it and then collect applications. And then when you could potentially interview candidates. And appoint candidates for the budget committee.
Jenny, was Elena Kalugan interested? Or-
Respectfully declined.
Okay, I missed that part. Thank you.
No worries.
Any thoughts on the timeline?
So basically, we have until October 23rd to collect applications.
My recommendation would be to start, that's when you would start collecting
Okay.
application, so we can notice the vacancies now. And we have a page for the budget committee. Between now and January, and then, starting in October, you can start collecting applications. And then the closing would be the end of January. And then you would interview at the work session in February.
And what if Michael responds before October? Can he still?
If you respond before October, I can bring a recommendation for you to appoint him to the three-year term.
So it sounds like at this time, the recommendation is to vacate position 4 and 5.
And then appoint Scott for position 3.
If there are no other questions, is there somebody who would like to make a motion?
Then put in there, no, that's down. So you would do 2 separate motions and vote.
Oh,
Or right
for,
there,
oh, I see.
you appoint Scott, that would be one motion and vote, voting there and then.
I move. Item 12, two distinctive items. One recommendation is to accept recommendation to appoint Scott Trevor to position 3 for a 3-year term.
I second it, or third.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That motion has passed. Welcome, Scott Trevor.
Second recommendation for budget committee appointment and vacancy timeline, recommendation to accept is to adopt budget committee vacancies and timeline as follows. Budget committee vacancy and timeline 2023-2024, declare position 4 and 5 as vacant. Position 4, 3-year term, position 5, 3-year term. Do I read the whole?
Oh, you can just use and the timeline as presented.
As presented.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Item 12 has passed, and we've made it through new business items. The next item is future agenda items. Want to talk about the future agenda items?
We have a list of board report requests that were kind of hanging over from last year. That we could start to like calendar, some of those included the volunteer process. Student rep on the board, dual language, again, parent volunteer process, high school dual language or dual credit classes. And college and career counseling opportunities. So my thoughts are now with the board chair, we could work on calendaring those over the next several board meetings to be able to come back and provide those requests.
Any thoughts or questions from the rest of the board?
Have an opportunity during the board to adjust new items and items. And items. Unless you guys have. Besides those.
Is there contextual packets, like informational packets regarding those items that we can look at? As far as the student.
Before they come to the board meeting?
Yeah, once the agenda gets set, we'll put together like the report and then you'll all receive a copy of those before 100%.
Are you asking if we have already?
Yeah, 'cause
Items
I
that we
understood it was
share
from
with you?
last year already, so I was assuming that there's
Oh.
already
No, no.
information on that, or just to bring it to this.
This is like an ongoing list that we've been collecting. And there's some things there that were requested for reports last year, don't need a calendar. So this would be an opportunity to clean that up, come back with reports, reports that the boys are interested in learning about.
And if you have an interest in or have a question, you can always add that onto that list. Yeah.
I know the board likes to have that agenda item, future agenda items, but technically you can reach out to your board chair and request items. It doesn't have to wait until a board meeting for you to publicly announce it. You can always send your request to the board chair.
Oh,
That's always allowed to.
so it looks like we have that option as well.
Yeah, and going back to, so we were talking about the budget earlier. Um, I think collectively, I think Lauda has been on the board the longest. Probably has gone through 7, 8 budget processes. They're kind of robotic. They're like there's no meat to it, right? And I know OSBA, our school board association, has given us, or not given us feedback particularly, but talked about budgeting in general for school districts and mentioned how archaic of a process it is. And some districts are being more flexible or bringing like community input into it. I'm not asking for it to be for it to be a future agenda item, but maybe something that we could think about as a board and how to be more community faced or focused during the budgeting process.
Do you think, Anthony, that's something that we can bring up at the retreat and have a discussion about?
Yeah, definitely something we could bring up at the retreat, and then, it could be on the bottom of the list for now for future agenda items, but just something to think about.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing. All right, if there are no other questions or discussion around item number 4, we can move on to item number 5, which is the board calendar. And so, this shows that our next board meeting is Thursday, August 31st, and that is our board retreat.
I have a question. I'm wondering if people are available maybe a little bit earlier during the day, in the morning, I guess. I didn't think I'd tell that evening, so. My hope is that you're available at least, Vince says he needs at least about 4 hours OSBA. Will come and facilitate, he needs at least 4 to 5 hours, and then, him and Juan have a meeting tomorrow to see if there's anything else that need to be added. But would at least be done earlier in the day.
6 a.m.
Even if it's like 8:30, an hour before.
I can be flexible.
8:30 is fine with me.
Anthony, is 8:30 on the 31st work for you?
Yeah, just give me a time and I'll put it in my calendar.
Yeah.
That's a school day, right? Where kids are in school
Yeah,
that
they're in
week.
school.
Is that the first week of school? Mhm. And so we're planning for about 4 hours, or do we have an idea?
We should have more tomorrow.
It's
Okay.
fine for about 4 hours, but.
Or 6, yeah.
4 to 6.
So we should meet 8:30 and then we have 1:30.
1:30, yeah, 1:30 or 2.
But you'll find out tomorrow if it's gonna be longer than the 4 hours,
Yeah.
basically.
Sometimes we've said it's gonna take us 4 hours and then a lot of
It's
discussion
not.
happens and then sometimes it'll be longer.
Mhm.
I'm fine with the 8 or 8:30. So if you guys want to do 8:30, let's start at 8:30. The earlier we start, the sooner we get done.
I could do 8 o'clock if you wanted to earlier.
Right.
Okay, so it looks like 8:30.
Thank you.
All right. And item number 6, well, it looks like those are all the items on.
Before we adjourn, do you want to edit on the board calendar? I'm gonna be doing a visit to our summer school on July 18th, and we invite any board members to come meet me to go visit our summer school on the 18th at 9 a.m.
That's next week
Yeah, it's 18th
at 9. Okay.
at Heritage.
I might be able to go. How long is the visit?
2 hours.
A 2-hour visit.
I can attend.
Okay.
but at 9.
Could I attend? I volunteer anyway. I mean,
Yeah,
That would like.
you can let me
Mhm.
know. I just have to notice if there's gonna be more than 3 of you, I have to notice it 24 hours in advance. So if you can let me know by that date, 8-ish, or next week, whatever, but,
Mhm.
that way I can notice it, that you'll be together.
Okay.
if I get bounced out, that's fine. I just,
Oh, yeah, just for the board.
oh, just focus on
Let me do 2 quorum. No,
The quorum. piece.
yeah, the quorum.
Oh, okay. So I don't have to regret that thing.
So then, are we at the end of our meeting?
That was on the 18th, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, our meeting is adjourned.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you, congratulations.
Anthony,